Hello. I decided this is I don't know what I'm saying. Basically this YouTube channel is for me to basically like do whatever I want, I guess. And today I decided to read poems that childhood me basically would like read all the time, and it's all by this guy named Shel Silverstein. If you're wondering why I'm stuttering or I look very nervous or something, I don't like talking. I don't like talking in public or like putting myself out there. So this is like I might sound a little out of breath because of that. But yeah, this is by Shel Silverstein. It's called A Light in the Attic. It's a really good collection of poems that I've had since I was a kid, because this is also where I created like my signature that I still use to this day. So yeah, this is called A Light in the Attic. And then I need to pick one that I like, really like. Okay, this one. And also, this is just, like illustrations. I think they're illustrated by him. It seems it's illustrated by him. I don't see anything at the front that says it's not. So I'm going to assume it's illustrated by him. So these are kind of like how his illustrations are. And I'm going to read this one. It's called Signals. And this is the illustration that goes with it. Signals. When the light is green, you go. When the light is red, you stop. But what do you do when the light turns blue with orange and lavender spots? I like this one. I might do a little bit of analysis for each what you call it, poem, just because a lot of these poems taught me how to look at the world in more of like a positive but critical way. And yeah. So I kind of like Signals mainly because it emphasized a lot of like how not everything is simple and not everything is like easy peasy lemon squeezy vibes. And yeah, that's all I have for analysis on that one. There's one though that let me see if I can find it. Here we go. It's called Nobody. And it has no illustrations. It's just this side. I don't know. What was it gonna focus? Too white. Okay, there we go. And it's probably one that I like look back at every day because it's a very important poem to me, mainly because I am like the oldest daughter, and like yeah, I was like kind of, what do you call it, reclusive, and so a lot of my traits are very like independent, stubborn, and so I think like I resonate a lot with this, mainly because of how it communicates what loneliness is kind of like, or like being independent is kind of like. It's called Nobody. Nobody loves me, nobody cares, nobody picks me peaches and pears. Nobody offers me candy and cokes, nobody listens and laughs at my jokes. Nobody helps when I get in a fight, nobody does all my homework at night. Nobody misses me, nobody cries, nobody thinks I'm a wonderful guy. So if you ask me who's my best friend in a whiz, I'll stand up and tell you that nobody is. But yesterday night, I got quite a scare. I woke up and nobody just wasn't there. I called out and reached out for nobody's hand in the darkness where nobody usually stands. Then I poked through the house in each cranny and nook, but I found somebody each place that I looked. I searched till I'm tired, and now with the dawn, there's no doubt about it. Nobody's gone. Um, I think there's like a transition between like being lonely and then like you kind of are like not assimilated, like you're bringing yourself into society in a way that you're like, oh, like I'm not alone anymore, in a sense that this poem resonates with me, especially because I was very much like kind of reclusive, kind of not in high school, and then like going into college, it was like a whole nother level of like outgoing that I felt I had to be, and realizing that nobody wasn't there anymore is kind of when I look back and I was like, oh, like this one eats. I think I might read a couple more. I don't know which ones to read though. I want to read a funny one, but like I my humor's weird. Um, should I? Oh, the dishes one. The dishes one is one of my favorite ones, actually. Where's the dishes? The dishes. Or let me read the poem A Light in the Attic first. It says A Light in the Attic, and this is the illustration. It's also the first poem. A Light in the Attic. There's a light on in the attic through the house, though the house is dark and shuttered. I can see a flood. Let me reread this because I'm like assuming the words and not actually reading them. A light in the attic. There's a light on in the attic, though the house is dark and shuttered. I can see a flicker and flutter, and I know what it's about. There's a light on in the attic. I can see it from the outside, and I know you're on the inside looking out. I just like it. I don't know what else. Like, I could analyze this, but I don't want to be wrong. Maybe analyzation is not meant to be right or wrong, but I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like a lot. Let me give a Shel Silverstein spiel that I love. His illustrations and his poems give a sense of humorous, like, knowledge. Like, it gives like a comedian who can talk about serious things while still adding humor and giving realistic examples. Because, like, I just feel like he writes so well and so effectively simple that little old me, when I was like 10, was obsessed with it. Like, this book has been with me for a long time. But yeah, let me see if I can find the dishes one, because here it is. How not to have to dry the dishes is the title, and this is it. I love it. It's just very, like, chaotic of a poem. If you have to dry the dishes, such an awful boring chore. If you have to dry the dishes instead of going to the store. If you have to dry the dishes and you drop one on the floor, maybe they won't let you dry the dishes anymore. I like that. I also, like, it kind of goes into weaponized incompetence, but, like, that's not a stretch. It's just more like, I just thought of that right now. But yeah, I don't know what's other ones that I really like. If somebody, I don't know. Actually, no. I'm gonna show you guys one of my favorite. Where is it? That I think it still resonates to this day. Art from this book. Because it's just like art, but I gotta find it again. It's like a full page of it too. What is it? Where is it? Wait, no, let me do the star. Maybe I'll show you in a different, like, maybe I'll make a different video and I'll have that illustration. But this is called Somebody Has To. And I like this one because it emphasizes how well, like, everybody has a part in society, and you shouldn't, like, it's a well-oiled machine, so you shouldn't treat people who are, like, keeping that machine going lower just because it's not your idea of a high-paying, respectful job, in a sense. Is how I took it when I was younger, and still how I take it to this day. Somebody Has To. This is the illustration. I love it. It's so simple but cute. Somebody has to. Somebody has to go polish the stars. They're looking a little bit dull. Somebody has to go polish the stars, for the eagles and starlings and gulls have all been complaining. They're tarnished and worn. They say they want new ones we cannot afford. So please get your rags and your polishing jars. Somebody has to go polish the stars. This also, I think, puts, like, a little bit of, like, emphasis on, like, everybody has to put their part in. I think, like, you know, yeah. Some people are selfish about that. Some people are just selfish. Maybe I can find it. I don't know where it is, guys. There's just, like, found it. I saw it in 2 seconds. Wait, no, not that one. Here we go. It's this, like, entire, just page of, like, protesting, and their kids, and it says, Union for Children's Rights. Strike for children's rights. Longer weekends, shorter school hours, higher allowances. And then it says less baths and showers, no Brussels sprouts, more root beer. I haven't had this since elementary school. And 17 summer vacations a year. And then, if you're ready to strike, line up right here. And then it goes to the next page. I really like it. And then Deaf Donald. Maybe this is going to be the end because it's almost hitting 10, right? Yeah. But I'm going to read Deaf Donald. It's just, I like it. And I'm going to read it like this because it's very important that you look at this when I'm reading it. Okay? Whoever's watching this, or nobody's watching this. Deaf Donald met Talkie Sue, but hold up, let me see if I can, yeah. Hold up, maybe I'll do it. Hold up, let me look. I think I did it right, yeah. Yeah, I got it right. Okay. Was all he could do. And Sue said, Donald, I sure do like you, but was all he could do. And Sue asked Donald, do you like me too? But, sorry, was all he could do. Goodbye then, Donald, I'm leaving you. But, and then, was all he could do. Was all he did do. And she left forever, so she never knew that meant I love you. I like this one because it explains like how difficult it is for so many people to communicate to other people their emotions, whether it's because you literally cannot because it's language, um, you're not able to, or it's you're emotionally not able to. Kind of like it's like that hesitancy where you're just like I can't do it, and I get that hesitancy sometimes too, and it's just like it's so evident in life and so evident in like poems just like this one, that like this transcends like nationality and country and like whatever. It just is there. So yeah. Thank you for watching. I think the next one will also just be another poem thing. But yeah,